Yeah, I'm thinking it's kind of depressingly large. I think it's like 30 I think it's like 30 or 40 people that you just get
Wow.
shunted in with, and maybe it's a great
Oh my
time.
God. Caroline's coming in great. Caroline's got like a sharp room reverb. Sounds fantastic. Sounds like we're playing in a subway station.
Would that be better?
You lost your camera, and now your sound is questionable.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, somebody read this thing.
I'll read a thing. Police carry badges. Nations have borders. Priests worship gods. You work for money. That's the world we expect. But what if some of those things were different? We're going to make and explore a world together. And in this world, we can question things and imagine alternatives. And instead of making just one world, we're going to make several. So don't worry if what we create is not what you want. You'll have more opportunities to explore the other possibilities later.
Hey, so step one, let's brainstorm topics. What do we want to explore tonight? What are people in the mood for? And we're going to throw out a bunch of ideas and we'll pick one, right? So don't worry about. I heard trains was thrown out, and I don't know what to think about that.
I'd like to throw trains out. And
I'll even throw trains out. I'm
just get rid of them entirely.
Trains
all tired of trains. No, but I thought about trains, and I was like, oh, that could be fun. There's a lot of, it's a very like a thing that's just very normal, and a lot. We all know a lot about it, kind of, but like that means the statements are not super hard to make, right? It's nice. Yeah. It's nice when you have something that you can say a lot of stuff about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Robots,
but you have to say it that way.
Robots.
Wait, actually, sorry, I got that wrong. It should be robots. How are you doing for it? How are you feeling?
I have. Oh, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
I think
I'm percolating. I don't have any idea popping into my mind.
This is just pure. I'm thinking like libraries or museums.
Mm-hmm.
I like libraries.
Libraries or museums.
I like museums.
Somehow trains plus robots made me think of libraries and museums, and I don't know why trains plus robots had that effect on me, but I thought of that just now, and I was like,
Ghosts.
Ooh, ghosts.
The ocean.
Good. Oh, the ocean.
Or submarines specifically.
I think it's important that people understand how this process really works. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'll be like, no, this is how it goes.
The ocean's submarines. Only submarines.
That's how it goes down.
And it's written as ghosts in the document here, because you have to always write ghosts that way.
You got to. You have to.
Ghosts.
It's not proper Scooby-Doo.
We need some more. I want a little more. Let's think.
Yeah, go for it. Juice it up.
Yeah.
We're in a big hurry.
Vacation.
Vacations.
Vacations. Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
That's an interesting one. That is actually a spicy one.
I'm kind of spicing on that right now. All of a sudden.
Yeah, vacations. Yes, that's something that my brain lit up about.
There's a lot there.
Yeah.
I feel there's a lot to talk about vacations.
Yeah.
A lot of societal questions involved.
Yeah.
It's always going to be societal questions. Can't just be like, how tall is your dwarf?
Yeah.
Hey, so we want to say vacations?
Sure.
Yeah.
Vacation sounds kind of fun, I gotta admit. Vacations. That is our topic. Let me actually remind myself to actually use the rules.
Always a good move.
Yeah. I think I just closed it by mistake.
Note to players of Ben Robbins titles. The rules are optional. Like, really, anything goes.
It's whatever I say.
Yeah.
I'm with the table. You do what I say. Okay, so we got our topic. Hey, next, list some objects or things that are the key elements of this topic. If you were talking about the topic or describing how it worked, these are the ingredients that would come up. So what are elements?
Travel. So travel is one.
Travel.
Yeah.
Money.
It's like money. Like the
Destination.
destinations. Yeah.
Yeah,
the place you
destination.
go. Hotels.
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 And then this is a really loaded but critical word. It's weather. Yeah.
No, I like where you're going. Like weather,
Yeah.
like climate.
Anything could
okay,
happen.
right?
That's
Climate,
loaded. That's a
weather.
hot word.
It's a hot word, one may say. And I
Like,
think it's
one might
real
call it
relevant because it's one of the things that people often bring up whenever vacation is brought up, be it
Sure.
cold, hot, or anything else. The weather instantly becomes an element that is relevant.
Would you take that farther and go like climate? Like
Yeah, climate.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Because like weather is like it was raining yesterday versus like this is a sunny
Yeah,
place. I guess the
climate,
weather is
yeah.
always nice.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
word.
Okay.
Climate
That's
is kind
it.
of
Yeah.
Companions.
You say convenience?
Companions.
Oh, companions. Like traveling companions?
Yeah.
Companions. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How about fun? Or escape?
No. No, just kidding. I don't know what kind of vacations
fun.
you've been on, but I do it like it's work.
Balloon. How about fun?
Recreation?
Recreation, yeah.
Escape?
Recreation.
Something
Ooh,
implying that you're
escape.
not doing your normal life, right? Like
Yeah.
this is
You
not
mean like
what you normally do.
activities?
Well, yeah, but like the purpose of the vacation. Like you go on a vacation
Yeah.
because it's not your life. It's not what you do all the time. Otherwise, it's not a vacation.
Entertainment? No, that's not quite right.
Recreation, right? It's
Recreation.
Yeah.
Yeah, recreation. Yeah.
Yeah, and that includes activities too, right?
Oh, and I think flip side, jobs. Like you are taking a vacation from a job, right?
Yeah.
Like, probably, maybe.
Yeah.
Escaping capitalism.
Do we have enough elements here, or
Somebody
words?
read off the elements we've got. Say what we've got. Let's get on the list. Say what you think.
We have travel, money, destination, hotels, climate, companion, recreation, and job.
So, I mean, jobs plural. It sounds weird saying job.
One single job that we all do.
Job. You have job. Do you have job?
We
I
have
have
job.
I'm taking
Job.
time off from job. You enjoy job? I enjoy job quite a bit.
I enjoy job. Oh God.
I'm also good at job. Are you good at job? I got raised at job. I think those are good. I can't think. I mean, we can add more. We can add more in the next step if we decide we need them. But I think those are great. I think those are.
This is a great start.
Hey, so next step. Boom! It is time for statements. Take turns saying something that is obvious and generally accepted as true about our topic in the real world. Start with an element and then of the topic itself, and then say something about it. You know, so like jobs are something, that kind of thing. We're going to take turns. And again, we're not being tricksy. We're just saying things that are true.
Vacationers stay in hotels.
Vacationers and yeah. And vacationer is an element we added, but it's clearly an element we should have added.
Hold on, this cat is losing his mind.
He wants to go on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Every day is
We'll
vacation
wait
for
the
Kitty.
kitty. Oh, kitty.
Sorry, Ben, you're gonna have to edit the hell out of it just to
Oh, I will not.
deal with all the Hobbs
Absolutely
interruptions.
not. I'll be 100% be like, this is what a real game business world is like. It's all in this kitty. Hey, has anyone else got we need, so Caroline's threw one in?
Yeah, I got one.
Shoot.
People go on vacation with friends or family.
I'm going to stick with this vacationers thing because it's funny.
Vacationers, sure.
Let's say people. People vacation with friends or family? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Vaction. They've action.
People of action.
And I'm going to change your Caroline to be people standards. That's fine.
Aw, bummer.
Just to make it. I think
Sure.
if we keep saying do you want to say vacationers? What seems easier to people's brains? Vacationers. Vacationers, because it's vacationers, right?
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
mine uses vacation as a verb, so get ready. Our whole sentence structure may change, but I was going to say people vacation to take a break from their job. Their job, plural.
People vacation to take a break.
Do you want to switch it and make? and make vacation the noun? Like vacations are a break from your job? Or is that?
That's passive voice, Mark.
Yeah, passive voice. Like I said, let's just keep going, and we'll trim it after the fact.
Sorry.
Didn't know that was against the rules.
Well, it's
not.
it's not
Me.
against the rules. It's just this is
Wow.
good.
That's me being fake snooty. I can't speak for Ben.
I'm gonna say jobs pay you money. I mean, like that's why you don't go on vacation all the time, because you need the money, right? Like the job pays you money. So we've all gone once. Let's all go again.
Yeah.
Vacations cost money.
True. 100% true.
Money.
People go to vacation destinations, like they don't go just anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
People vacation at destinations.
Yeah.
These words are just fun to say.
I am human.
No, it's
I enjoy these words. This is not an AI playing this game. Not at all.
Okay. I was thinking something like that with recreation, like people take maybe that one's already here actually, a break from your job.
Have that one right. People vacations
involve recreation time. I guess that's kind of the same thing, actually.
Not necessarily. I mean,
people do recreational activities on vacation.
Vacations are recreation.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, vacations are recreational. Actually, I think that actually kind of hits.
Yeah.
There you go.
And we got to use the big boy words, but I think it works.
I'm going to say that and this is let me throw this out there. She thinks this is true. Destinations cater to vacationers. Mm-hmm. Like they want you to be there, right? They're the resorts and stuff are like And it's obviously wouldn't be true all the time. Like a park is a park, but even a park is designed for you to come there, right? So does that work for people?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we really want like what 10 to 12. So and we can also make a bunch more and throw some out if we said we have too many. But oh, look at Shock! Look at that Shock!
Yes.
Oh, the most colorful cat.
I was gonna say something about climate. Vacationers travel to different climates than where they're from or where they live.
To novel climes.
Yeah, and they don't always do that, but that's a thing. I mean, it's a thing. Yeah.
I guess we could use often.
No, you can say this. They do. It's fine. Like what I'm saying is, it's allowed to be something that is not 100%. It's just like that's a thing that people do. That's a concept, right?
Yeah.
Vacationers travel to different climates.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I was going to say pleasant, but then I was like, well, sometimes people go to unpleasant climates.
Right. People are like, I'm going to Alaska.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to Alaska. Going to
Vegas. Going to Vegas.
For real. Why would you ever?
Why are you doing that? What else?
Can you help me workshop this one? Something about like vacations communicate status. Ooh. Like you can flex with your vacation, right?
Oh,
so two different concepts.
So right.
One is like rich people get better vacations, but you mean like you're showing off with your vacation.
Yeah.
Okay.
That gave me an idea too. Sorry. Let's continue.
It could just be vacations can show off status. Vacation show off status.
Yeah, I'm hearing the whistling too.
Yeah, what is that?
It might be in here.
It's Jacques. You got a leak in your cat.
Jacques is whistling.
Yeah, it's your cat.
Like a little tea kettle.
Yeah. I think it's the cat. I really do.
Jacques. Little Jacques.
I mean, the cat, if you rub a cat on a balloon, the cat will be really mad, one. But two, you'll get electricity.
I feel like that's the primary result then, is the cat will be mad.
Yeah, I think we've demonstrated the cats generate electricity.
Oh, it stopped.
Stopped?
Got better. Well, no, now it's back. It got better.
Let's not worry about it. Let's just keep going. I mean, we'll cope with it. If it's gonna come and go, man, what are you gonna do? Hey, what else? A couple more. What are we missing that are like things about vacations? Oh, sorry, you're doing one,
Wait,
Caroline.
the
You're doing the
status
status one,
one
right?
Caroline did was so good.
Yeah. What do you like, Al? What's the right phrasing?
Vacation destinations convey status, like, something like that.
Caroline's going for more like a you
destination.
show off, not that it's just
Yeah.
like people actively flaunt their vacation.
Maybe
People show off their money via vacations.
Yeah.
Looking at our.
Because they're very different concepts. Again, a rich
No,
person
yeah,
goes somewhere nice versus
like rich people take high status vacations.
That's not what I'm going for. What I'm
Right.
going for is like people. Let's do people brag about vacations. Let's do that.
Yeah. That is so true.
Any other?
I had an idea, but I'll let somebody else go because I think I've done too many.
No, I think you've done. Oh, you did different climates. Yeah, you shouldn't go. Right. Someone else go. But maybe no one else will go. I think we're good. Let's Mark, you want to throw in your last one? Unless someone else has one.
Sure. I wanted to say something about how like, maybe we'll just figure it out together. Like, some jobs give you vacation time, or you can get a break. You can get vacation time from your job, but some jobs don't. Like, I don't know. I was thinking something about that might be interesting. Not really sure where to go with it.
Jobs decide how much vacation time you have.
That works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I just thought of one actually.
Cool.
I don't know how to phrase this, but you don't think we said this yet. You go far away. You don't vacation like in your own city, right? You go somewhere. You travel to a destination. That's kind of the whole point.
People vacation at destinations is kind of that, but
it's like it's got to be the
people
destination
travel
can't
to vacation.
be. Yeah, it must be travel, right?
Yeah, people travel to go on vacation.
No. How about
vacations require travel?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You have to
like
travel.
The idea of like I'm gonna go to a hotel downtown in Seattle.
Right.
It's weird. People be like, you're doing what? I'm taking a vacation in Seattle, right?
Right. So we made up a funny word, staycation, right, for the where you don't go anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
that's already playing in this world, right?
Because it's not a vacation, right? Exactly.
Hey, so quick question: vacationers, people. What's our decision?
People, because the more I read vacationers, the more I like forget what it means. Like the hindbrain part of me that understands like English is like, what is that word again?
I know Caroline is biting her lip right now.
Sorry, Caroline. I know.
I mean, I think it's an
vacation
injustice.
Hours.
Okay, I'm just moving things around quickly. I mean, it's a crime. It's really the biggest flaw of this game is that the made-up words that we use just don't get any respect. How those looking? Those looking like a good.
They're looking like really good statements.
Awesome. Hey, guess what? It is now time for the In This World part of In This World.
Well, let's read the statements out. I would like to read the statements. I did elements, so someone else should do statements.
Al, you should read. I haven't.
The statements we just made up?
Yeah.
I shall read them. Okay. In this world, no, not in this world. In our normal
in the normal world.
The normal world. There are statements that we associate with vacation. Destinations cater to vacationers. Jobs decide how much vacation time you have. Jobs pay you money. People brag about vacations. People stay in hotels. People travel to different climates. People vacation with friends or family. People vacation to take a break from their job.
A break job.
Job break.
People vacation at destinations. Vacations require travel. Vacations cost money. Vacations are recreational.
Boom. Perfect. And now the fun question. Who wants to go first?
I do.
Awesome, Al. It's you. I
have
love that.
one.
I love that enthusiasm.
Okay, so for the first part, we pick an unused statement and say how it is not the same in this world, and we describe what it's like instead. And I picked one that I thought was really cool, which is in real life, in our original world, it is the truth that vacationers go with friends or family. But in this world, they go with strangers.
What?
And so in this world, the culture around vacations is it's you, instead of going with your friends or family, you sign up along with other people ready to take their vacation, and you're just thrown into a fun destination or vacation of some sort with total strangers, with the idea that maybe you'll make friends or connections on such a venture.
This novel writes itself.
Oh, thanks, I hate
I love
it.
That was
Isn't it a nightmare? Can you just
It was,
imagine being like, time to take vacation? I'd rather just work for the rest of my life.
right.
Uh,
Al, I had exactly the same one in mind, so I'm glad you did it.
nice. High five.
Yeah, up top. Very
Great
smart. But I
minds,
love your
vacation alike.
twist on it of the like so what you're describing is kind of almost like cohorts of vacationers. Like it's
Yes.
I'm gonna go on vacation. When
my
do I'm gonna go this week, and they're like, cool, here you go.
Yep, this is your
Like,
block of
this is
fellow
your block, right?
vacationers.
Yeah.
And now, Al, as the starter, you can choose up to 2 statements that stay the same.
I do have a couple quick questions though. So when you say cohort,
sure.
so do you mean that seemed to change things? How many people you're going with? Vaguely, is there an image you have in your mind?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's kind of depressingly large. I think it's like 30. I think it's like 30 or 40 people that you just get shunted in with, and maybe it's a great time. We love Cancun, but also, what if you get signed up with a bunch of like high school kids? Anything could happen depending on,
The marching band and
Yeah.
you.
like
Oh my god.
could happen possibly. We'll find out as we keep playing, but I love the idea that it's like a chaotic amount of
I have a question.
Yeah.
Then, does it have to be strangers? Like, do they guarantee that it's strangers?
Yeah.
Or like the marching band, right? They would know each other. So
Well, this is like I feel like this might be an added detail thing you're getting into.
Okay.
You're
Sorry,
getting into like a.
That's too far.
I see where you're going.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going, but that's too far. Okay. Open
Okay.
question. Open question.
Open
Hey,
question.
but I have another question for you, Al, which is that do you want to describe this world any further? Like, you're allowed to kind of give it a tone if you want to be like, hey, it's like the normal world mostly, or it's like it's out in outer space in a dome city. It's up to you.
Sure. I think this world is very similar to our typical normal as we know it world, right? I think it's 2023-ish, and I think most things are roughly the same so
Nice.
far.
Awesome. And Caroline was just going to say something very important.
Yeah, so now you get to choose up to 2 statements to keep the same if you want.
If you want to, you don't have to.
I think one statement that remains true is that jobs decide how much vacation time you have and perhaps must take. Who knows? We'll get details
Must
later.
take?
I don't know. Anything.
Well, actually, let's point out you can say, like, yeah, you can say, like, yeah, you're allowed to say, and yeah, and you have to take it.
It's mandatory.
Right?
I think
Still true,
vacation is
yeah.
mandatory for your mental health. Yay.
Yay.
And I think that's the main one that stays the same that I'm going to say, and I'll leave it at that.
Nice. That's an awesome start. And now, any of us other 3 can at any moment jump in and take a turn. And our 3 choices, as always, are 1, pick a statement that we haven't touched upon yet and say, yes, that is absolutely still true in this world, and describe how that fits. 2, take a statement that has not been touched yet and say, guess what? In this world, it is not the same. And let me tell you how, and how that fits with the vision that Al has already laid out. And then our final choice behind curtain number 3 is neither of those things. And it's to take something we've already said and just add detail to it, which Mark was kind of already drifting towards before, which is why I was like.
So maybe I'm just going to actually do that then.
Oh!
Kind of lock it down.
Popcorn.
If I can, if anyone else, unless somebody else was going to jump.
I have a great idea.
Why don't you go first, Caroline,
Okay.
and I might reconsider.
It's not that I'm going to burn my idea in a pit if you don't let me go now, but I will destroy my idea. I will hold my idea for ransom.
In this world, people don't stay in hotels; they stay in big houses together. So imagine several bedrooms with shared bathrooms, shared kitchens, large enough to accommodate 30 or 40 people. But no, you don't just get to disappear into your hotel room. You're in a house with these people.
You're bunking up.
There is no
Bunking
escape.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There is no escape. I love it.
Awesome.
I love it.
But I think these are houses that are like made for this purpose. Like
Yes.
Function is to be vacation houses. Okay. Oh, dude. Okay, that just made this a bit darker. Marco, you want to do yours?
I'm thinking. I'm considering how dark I want to go.
It's not a dare.
Can always go darker. Can always go darker. That's the best part about in this world. You can always go darker. Put that on the back of the book. Anyway, I don't know. I'm thinking.
Okay,
if you have one, you can go ahead. But I'm kind of cooking. Okay.
This isn't dark, but it's in there. I think that like riffing on the thing that Al said about it being the vacation time is mandatory is that like yeah, jobs pay you money, absolutely, but part of your pay, I mean, you are paid you're paid while going on vacation, and if you do not go on vacation, you do not stick with your group, if you basically duck out in any sport, you are docked pay. Like your job is like, no, you were supposed to be on that vacation with the marching band. What are you doing? You will literally be penalized financially for not sticking with your group.
You will have fun in the way we say.
You will have fun with the way we say with this random group of people.
Okay. Yep. I know what I want to do. Okay. Yep. I'm ready.
Oh.
I'm going to do what I said earlier. So I'm going to add a detail to your original statement of you go with strangers. You actually really literally have to go with strangers. So the way it works is there are people in HR. There are people in HR who will do this work for you because it's so connected to your job and you have to do it, and they dock you. Like, they have to track you. They have to know what you're doing, right? So of course there's people in HR that are arranging vacations for you, essentially travel agents, right? Yes, so if the marching band's going to go, but when you get there, everybody's going to be split up into multiple different groups. So that's what it's like, actually. They make you go, and they will deliberately separate everybody out into like different houses and groups and stuff, so that you're like run activities not at the same time, so you don't end up on the same whatever ski slope or something.
I have a question. Yeah. So just to clarify, so you're saying, like, for example, if we all worked at the same job and we had like a block of vacation time, we might get shipped out in the same cluster of people, but it would be set up so that we don't get to be with each other. We have to be. Okay.
Correct. If you went to the same place, which you might not, but if you ended up in the same location, you're still not going to be with each other.
But are you implying that but not in the same communal house, you mean?
Right. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I think there's a lot of sophisticated software to help manage all this. But the point is, they try very hard to make sure you will not be with anybody you know.
Yeah, keep it fresh.
I thought you were implying that there was smaller groups within the communal houses, which was because the anecdote you're telling.
No,
okay,
no, not quite.
HR, make sure you wind up in the same communal house with a group of people you know. Awesome. Okay, guys, that's round one. Dudes.
I don't even know if we want to give this out because it might give ideas to the big corporation.
I know. Well, that's always a danger
right now. She's like, this sounds
always a danger. Hey, so round two is only adding detail to the stuff we already know. Okay, I'm telling you that in detail. Or maybe I'll wait.
No, do it. What's your detail? Throw it out there.
I think because of this whole thing, because this is the norm, that like there's this romantic vision of like escaping your group. And there's got to be like a cool name for the tour group that you go with, right? That if you like somehow sneak away during the margarita hour or whatever and slip down the beach and bump into somebody from a different group, that maybe that's the true magic now. Like the fact that the group you're with is strangers, but it's now somehow been kind of tainted, but it's been orchestrated. They pick these people somehow. Like, so the if you were reading a romance novel, it would always be like you were supposed to catch the bus back from the beach, but you missed it. And that's how you wound up getting a pedicab. And that's how you met this person who's from a different group. But the two can never meet, like Romeo and Juliet. They have to stay apart because they're from these two different tour groups and they're not supposed to be in the same communal house. And then the really obnoxious people from their house are like, where were you, Joan? We didn't see you at the 5:45 luau. And you're like, oh, you got to make up stories and you're sneaking out to the bamboo. It's a whole romance novel that just happens.
Oh, I love that.
Two households, both alike in dignity, you might say.
Exactly.
That's what Shakespeare was writing about.
Yes.
Yeah, Romeo was supposed to catch the 7:00 taxi back, but didn't make it, and there you go. That's how it all started. I love that idea. That's so dumb, but I love it.
It's literally like it's a dream that everyone aspires to. You know the people in your house is never going to be the ones. It's going to be like, this is the people that like your parents are trying to set you up with. But then the true love will be stranger on the beach.
The forbidden fruit. All right.
All capsing forbidden fruit.
Yep. Can I add a detail? Okay, so it is said that people stay in these big communal vacation houses together and there's no escape. And that's because we voluntarily wear a little microchip around our wrist or something. A little
ankle bracelet.
A little bracelet. Except for you're not in trouble, you're having fun. We just want to make sure that you're still having fun. And also that, like, you know, you are on the clock, kind of. Like, you know, not really, kind of, but yeah. Like, and my thought to expand upon this, riffing off of what Ben just said, is you can take them off. You can, and I'm sure people totally do that. They like put, you know what I mean? Like you can find ways to kind of trick the system a little bit, but the fact they're having you do it in the first place is kind of the violation, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, you can find creative ways to try and get rid of it for a while, but at the end, that's going to come out of your paycheck probably, you know?
We got like time clocks to luau now.
Oh my god, I have a stupid idea. Okay, that time clocks at the luau just gave it to me. Caroline, did you want to go first or
go for it? No.
Hit it, Fergie. Okay, this is ridiculous and I hate it so much. So, yeah, except for that's if you're just a fucking like salary man. Okay, that's if you're like a low level grunt. But if you are an executive, you get what is called release time, where you can take off your bracelet and it is given to a flunky or whatever. You can leave it in your room and just go do whatever you want. And in fact, that is a privilege. Instead of earning vacation time, you earn release time from your vacation to go do whatever you want.
Go do a real actual fun
you earn
time.
Vacation
you
time
earn
from
free
your
time.
Vacation.
Oh, geez, that's so messed up.
That's a perk. That's like a signing bonus or whatever if you are an executive or whatnot.
Oh boy. Can we call it free time?
Free time. I love it.
Just to make it extra sad. Like
unscheduled time. It's unscheduled time.
Unscheduled time.
Yo, dog. I heard you liked vacations.
So vacation in your
Seems
vacation.
like you enjoyed vacations.
Put
I'd like
vacation
to put that
in your vacation.
Oh man.
Caroline.
Take us
home. The last one.
Oh dear.
Oh, this is so good. I give honest, I haven't played in a while, and so I was like, "Oh yeah, is this game good? I don't remember."
It's good.
Yes, it's good. It's all still good.
It's so good. I was so skeptical of the vacation from your vacation at first, and then when you phrased it that way, I was like, "Oh no, I'm all in." That's so good.
Okay, so HR keeps track of who you know.
You know it's going to be good when it starts with HR.
Oh no, I'm afraid.
But for the most part, that's based on employees disclosing who they know. So employees can intentionally obfuscate their relationships in hopes that they might one day vacation together, or if things are going terribly in a relationship, you would tell HR that you're in a relationship so that you'll never have vacation together.
Oh.
It's like breakup by.
It's a sad way to break up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You break up by making it public.
Right, by like telling everybody that you're together. Yeah, I love it. Wow. Gotta say, I don't like this world.
I like the initial idea.
Seems like a bad world.
At first, I was like, oh, that sounds like really kind of fun and adventuresome. And the community was like, yeah, that sounds cool. Okay, this is all going great. Wait, this is starting to take a bit of a turn.
There's certainly a way we could have run it that it didn't go out this way, but I'm so glad that it turned out.
I still think honestly there's a lot of light in this. I feel that like it feels like there's a yearning for happiness and romance still there that sounds pretty entertaining.
Yeah, and we didn't ever say that you couldn't end up becoming friends with people that you went on vacation with.
Right.
Just that you never get to go on vacation with them again. But
that was really fun. Let us never do it again.
We'll never be able to do this again, but you know.
World of Mando fun.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, what are we going to say now?
Mandatory fun.
What are we going to call it?
A mandatory fun sounds about right. Yeah.
Is it like mandatory fun with total strangers?
Um,
We need the strangers thing in there.
you will have fun and meet new people.
That was Al. That was a beautiful start. That was a hot start. Thank you.
Do you want to live in this world?
I don't know. Actually, you know what? I think it could be kind of fun. I like the surprise, random. You know, I don't know. I think a little bit
It
of
has.
has some
I
charm.
will say for it, it is a place ripe for breaking the rules, and that's exciting.
Exactly.
Because we didn't create a prison state. It's like you can be inherently probably part of the fun of the vacation is finding little workarounds. Like that's probably in the same way of like being oppositional to somebody that tells you to do something. If you can find ways to kind of stick it to the person, that's fun. Like, you know.
Yeah, because when you made the LoJack thing, you specifically said, and there's ways around it, like which kept it from being cruel.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not. It's not a shock collar. This is more we'd like to make sure you're in where you know. It's totally
everyone
optional.
gets there. You get your fast pass badge.
You put it on like the bodega cat, and it just walks around for the day.
Put it on somebody else. I was imagining you like hire someone to wear it for you and like go do stuff, you know, but then there'd be like one guy with like 8 bracelets on that's like
they totally would be
doing
right the DoorDasher who's like you know his side
it's
hustle.
A timeshare, but I'm
you take my vacation for me. You get to go scuba diving, you know, go for it.
Right. You sneak off into the bamboo.
All right.
Awesome. That's an awesome world one. Hey, Mark and Caroline, who wants to do world 2?
I have one.
Excellent.
Yes, I would like to change vacations are recreational to vacations are educational.
Oh,
I like this world. Maybe.
I'm gonna put
lava. There's some finger guns in there too.
And I'm gonna put this. Can I say that this is in the past? Is that
Absolutely.
cool?
You can
yeah. So we're gonna let's make this past times, horse and carriage times.
Tell us more when you say they're educational. What do you mean?
So people go to different places to learn history, learn skills, learn languages, learn music. They're deeply cultivative.
I was just letting you talk before I started typing a bunch. I want you what you're saying.
And I'm gonna say that vacations still require travel.
Hey, sorry. I'm backing up. You said you said like a time period. You said horse and buggy. I missed a little bit of that.
I don't know. Just generally in the past. I don't know. Pastoral.
Like a Christmas Carol, or like before that.
Before that.
Okay. Like 1700s-ish.
Yeah.
Nice.
Revolutionary period times. Yeah.
It's just that vibe, right? There's no steam engines, right? We don't have trains. We don't have trains. No trains.
No trains.
The trains. That'd be
I'd
crazy.
like to throw out trains.
So what were you saying is still true?
And vacations require travel. And that's it. I'll leave the rest unsaid.
Vacations require travel. Excellent. Fascinating. I have thoughts. What do you guys have thoughts? Do you have thoughts? I'm waiting to see. I'm not in a hurry.
I don't have one yet.
I'm going to go destinations cater to vacationers because, they're like, if you're going to travel to learn things, then this becomes, places become like centers of learning. Like, even a small town might cultivate like like the Abbey on the hill is like welcoming people to come in and like study their collection of illuminated scripts. And major cities become famous because they have, vast libraries and, examples of, paleontology and natural history that they've got, in their basements. The great, our lepidary, what do you call that? Butterflies, lepidoptery collection is vast. So it really is like they're competing to be the place where people come and learn whatever it is trying to, or even if it's learning skills, like you said, that people learn skills. You mean like blacksmithing and stuff like that, like actual skills. Yeah. So that too. The places are like, encouraging people to come to them to learn these skills. I know I can say that like 5 different ways, but so yes, they do. Destinations cater to vacationers. What you got?
Yeah. People don't stay in hotels. People stay in places where they are going to be learning. I think that it's a little bit of a riff on what you said, but so if the town is boasting its grand library or its illustrious museum or its fantastic, symphony hall, you stay there. That's where you go when you travel. And there's like lodgings created and put up, whatever, it may be, inside the library or inside the museum or inside, you night at the museum, right? You hang out there in the night. Yeah.
Oh, I want to do that. This world is good so far. Nobody messed it up.
Yeah, or you stay in the orchestra pit or the orchestra hall or whatever, and like you get to hang out there, and then like you just take it all in, right? You're there at the heart of the action.
Amazing.
Can we pinky swear not to mess this up? I'm with Al on this one. This is really good.
I almost imagine in my head now, putting it in the like 1700s, whatever. It's just modern enough that you would be like sitting in the orchestra pit in your like fancy silk robe, sipping your coffee while the orchestra is like warming up in the morning. Like you just woke up and you're like over there in the little spot where people stay, and you're
okay,
like,
that's a nightmare. That's actually like
okay, that's too far.
Orchestra warming up. Like,
it depends on where it is.
That's like very, very hardcore.
There's a lot of options.
Well, something like that. You're right there. You're right there.
Yeah.
I have one.
Al, you're the only one left.
Yeah, that's lucky then. So we're at the step where we pick an unused statement and we say how it still remains the same.
If you wish, but you may also, if you choose, add detail instead.
I would like to add...
you could say statement is the same, statement is different, or add detail. You can do all 3.
Okay. Cool. In that case, I'm going to say a statement that's the same, which is people still brag about vacations in the same way that people brag about having degrees or certifications. So now people are like, oh, yes, I went to the Oregon of la 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 so-and-so. You know what I mean? Or they'll be like, oh, yeah, the same way that we speak about novel courses or educational investments in our modern real world. That shit remains the same. Things never change, but this time it's intellectual, flouting.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Round 2.
Round 2.
I have a
Ew.
detail.
What's that?
I have a detail to add
Do it.
to the L's. Yes, people brag about vacations, but you can't brag unless you can back it up. So people will talk about their vacations, but if you can't actually impart the knowledge that you gained on the person that you're talking with, it doesn't, you don't get the clout.
So to ask a question, you basically have to be a decent teacher, like a decent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
You have
so
to really
good.
learn.
You have to actually learn
You
something.
actually have to
learn
learn.
something. Yeah.
Yes.
And share your knowledge when you go back.
These people are insufferable.
Okay,
love
wait,
it.
I got one.
I love them. Okay, what
Go
is
ahead,
it, Ben?
Ben. Go ahead.
Okay, because if all that is true, then the natural consequence would be that if this place is a center of learning, but then people go there and they learn things, and then they go back to their city or wherever, now that knowledge it's still there, but there's now knowledge here. And so I think over time there's this organic shift where it's like, well, a lot of people went to this abbey and learned this thing. Well, now in the city, a bunch of people know this thing. And so then a new center of knowledge could then grow up there of people who have taught each other this thing. You know what I mean? So effectively you get like, I don't want to say that they're stealing knowledge because you can't steal it. It's just now there's a new center of learning. So then there's this weird effect where now it's 2 generations later. Do people go to the mountain village where that thing was, or do they go to this other city that has now become a center for people who went to the mountain village and learned the thing? So
it reminds me a little bit of like in art or something, where like the new school, right, or like everybody goes to the academy and comes back, but then they all become friends and make a new form of art, and like now that's a thing, but they all studied together, like stuff like that.
But even if it's literally like if it's the exact same knowledge, like no new knowledge has been added, you're still like, well, we learned it and then we brought it back, and over time, eventually, slowly, a new center of knowledge could grow from, which is good. Like it'd be dumb if it didn't, but it's a weird threat to the places that taught you originally in a weird way. It's like, well, are you obsolete because now there's a new place that's the center of knowledge?
Well, I just thought of how to ruin it, but I'm not going to, so never mind. I'm not going to ruin it. We're going to let this world be nice. This world's going to be nice.
In this world, it's good.
In this world,
I have one.
We can have nice things in this world.
Can I do one before I forget it?
Yeah,
with my
please.
goldfish brain. Okay.
As long as it's nice.
So I'd like to add a detail to vacations require travel. In Japan, sometimes if you visit shrines, they have like little books where you can get a stamp to show that you visited a particular like shrine or destination. So I think what's true in this world is that you bring your little Regency era whatever stamp booklet, and wherever you go, you get a collectible stamp as you go on your venture. And I think maybe that's something that you don't just do when you get to your destination, but maybe as you pass through various places, you can collect little stamp souvenirs to show where your travels have led on your educational journey.
Great, we just invented micro-credentialing in the past. I hate it.
Context, dear viewers. Caroline is a teacher.
You pointed out that you do have to be able to like
Yes.
know the knowledge that the stamp is cool, but then you got to be like, oh, let me show you what I learned from the stamp when I was that was the stamp. So you already protected us from pure bragging rights.
And also, like, I want to expand again and push back on that a little bit. That is definitely some people, but I think also like some of the pure joy of vacationing also comes from having a colorful, like, even if kids go with families, they get to have their little stamp in their book or whatever, you know? Sometimes it's just like a family fun thing. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody gets a little stamp.
Oh my God, I totally been without. I cannot say it. Mark, we'll talk afterwards.
And I think it's gauche if people show off too much their stamps, like after a certain age. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's sort of, I think if there's like some like hoity-toity know-it-all dude that's like professing his intelligence, he wouldn't want to whip out his little stamp booklet because that undermines his coolness factor, if that makes sense. So I think that's what's true, is it's a little campy. Stampy and campy.
Mark, go.
Yeah, I think that there's also to add kind of details to the destinations cater. Jacques is just screaming.
Jacques is like, I have an idea.
Let me play. I want to play.
Game. I'm in.
In Jacques' world.
In this cat's world, we
Look
have
at
to
his
do
tail.
sometime we have to do a
I love
cats
him.
game. Caroline can't hear me, but she needs to know that sometime we have to do a cats game, Caroline.
Oh yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
This cat. This
In
cat.
this cat.
Yeah.
In this cat.
In this cat. Okay, here's my idea. So destinations cater. I think that as kind of it's riffing on two things, that and then also the sort of like knowledge transferring, slowly becoming. So I think that that leads to like certain destinations or certain places like they need to build clout, right? So one of the things that they do to attract more tourists is deliberately build communities of some specific skill that perhaps is in vogue or perhaps will be or they think will be or whatever, right? So like a town is like trying to build up its tourist, market. So they deliberately go out and find a bunch of people who know some specific thing and bring them all to town and like subsidize them to create this new center of learning. Almost like some sort of, like a grant system, right? Like they're essentially a grant system of like, let's bring an artist in residence, right? And but like 20 of them, right?
Right.
That's kind of what they're doing, right?
Cool.
It's the really good version of supporting the arts, yeah.
This world is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
That's not this one.
No notes. Good world.
Perfect world.
Good
Great.
world.
Love it. What do we call it?
What are you gonna call this world? What's the very first thing you said, that it was vacations or educations? Vacations as education?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. World of vacations are as education. That's pretty good. I mean that works.
Yeah.
So the thing I thought, and this again outside of gameplay, but I said when Al, you were talking about the whole stamp thing, I suddenly was like, oh right, we kind of forgot, of course, that and the whole you got to be able to demonstrate your knowledge. Not everyone's smart, so there's the weird we didn't touch upon but what if you're not that smart and you're on these vacations and you really don't learn anything, but you tried, you gave it A for effort, you're just a normal person, you came back with no knowledge, you got a bunch of stamps, but you actually really can't demonstrate what you learned because you didn't learn anything, but your heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of sweet too.
There's teaching is a whole different skill, right? So you may be a good learner, but I'm sure there
or just you're a bad learner, you just didn't.
Systemic issues in the world for sure.
But it's I think that's why the stamp thing I actually kind of really like, because you get this you get a stamp, at least you
still did it.
You tried. You get to you did
participation
your best, right?
trophy.
Yeah, which I think
but better than
the nicest way, but in the sweetest way, as a real not everybody can be a PhD or a symphony composer or whatever, right? So, but you did it. You went. Right?
That's true. You did it.
It is admirable to go.
Would you like to hear my thing that would ruin the world that I was thinking earlier?
What were you going to say? That is not canon, probably. But what is it?
This is not canon at all. But just as an aside, when you were talking about how you bring back the knowledge and then over time a new center of the knowledge occurs, well, then the obvious answer for the monastery up in the abbey up in the hills is we found some new manuscripts. I don't know where they were. They were in the basement, Brother Thomas just was digging back there, and oh shit, new manuscripts.
Brother Thomas.
Better get over there.
Thomas, 100%.
Better get over here. Are they real? Well, come talk to us and we'll tell you all about it. So
classic.
You gotta stay relevant. You gotta stay relevant.
It's a dog eat dog world.
It's a dog eat dog vacation, educational vacation world.
It's a dog eat dog. No, anyways.
Dog eat dog. Oh my god.
Hey Mark, you want to make a world?
Yeah. Are you not making one, or?
I mean, I'll go last.
Okay.
I guess.
Cool.
It's honestly, when I'm running these things or when I'm doing all this stuff, I'm not even thinking of any of that stuff.
Totally.
I'm just reacting in the moment to when anybody says, but I literally haven't even openly with my full brain looked at the list of statements for 2 seconds because I'm busy typing all these notes.
Yeah.
But I will later.
All right. Give me just a second because I don't have one right in the.
Yeah. Let's just take a little moment and just
savor the world that we just made. So nice.
So good. Actually, you know what? This has been a lovely topic so far. Very happy.
We picked a good topic.
Very good topic.
Okay. I'm ready.
Ready?
What you got?
All right.
This is a little bit similar to what we did before, but I think it's different enough that it's not going to overlap.
And I got to say, stop you for a second. When I first made it, I was like, that's something you could totally do. You could be like, take the exact same starting point and just see if it turns out differently. So there's no problem with being even 100% the same. It's totally up to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So people in this world, people don't stay in hotels. People stay in people's homes. All travel, all vacations are done kind of like exchange students almost. Like you go to someone's house and you live in their house while you're on vacation with them, like in the spare bedroom or whatever. That's how you do
Cool.
it.
Are you saying, and so they are still there, like
Yes,
you're
yes,
lodging
yes.
in their house, right?
You become like you join their family for however long you're there, right? You become part of their home.
Is
And
this
it's
like
not-
a wholesome consensual thing, or is this
Yeah.
a dystopian? Okay.
Thank you for clarifying, Al.
No
That's a
boarding
legitimate
troops in
question.
people's homes. Oh no.
Okay.
Troops are
I was like-
quartered. You are put. No, it is consensual. Like you are
Great.
becoming. Yeah, you will live with them like you are part of their family or whatever for the time that you are there. And so like, I'm thinking of it like the nicest version of Airbnb, right? Where like you stay in someone's house and they're also there, and like in the morning they get breakfast out for you. But even more than that, it's like literally
You
their
help
kids
make
are at the
breakfast.
table,
Right,
and
like,
you're helping cook breakfast. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, hey, get the eggs, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're part of the family right now. You're here. You're doing this, right? Like, yeah, you live with them. That's what's in this world. When you're on vacation, that's what you do. And I think that a couple other things I will maintain.
Do you want to say what the world looks like?
I'm gonna say modern world. I think it's close to our
Cool.
current. Yeah, same 2023 vibe. I think that people travel to different climates is still true. And I want to just kind of add just a teeny bit on top of that, right? Like there's a little more emphasis on getting out of your comfort zone or getting out of where you are, because if you travel, to another city in your own state or even your own country, it's not gonna be that different, right? So there's a little more. You could, but like it's not quite as, it's a little more common to do that. And I think also I will keep one more, which is that vacations cost money. I think that you have to provide a little bit of subsidization. You have to pay the family in addition to whatever vacation expenses, because you're not staying at a hotel, you're staying at their house. But I think there's also kind of a, if I can add this detail, no, I shouldn't. Never mind. I'm gonna stop there. Yep. So you pay them in some way.
Yeah.
You're paying.
There you go.
When you say pay them, is it like
I don't know if I
profitable,
can
or
say
just like paying them
like base expenses. I don't think it. No, I don't think it's not like Airbnb. Yeah, I think I want to say no. People are not doing this because it's super lucrative and like rent out the room for $2,000 plus a $4,000 cleaning fee. Like I think it's literally like it's pretty much maybe a tiny bit of profit and mostly just the expense of keeping you in the house.
Cool. It's not a profit center, right? Okay.
Right. You're not making money off of this.
Nice.
There's my world. Jump in.
Anyone have one? I got one.
I got one.
Show me
Okay.
that babe rock magic.
Sorry. Sorry in advance. Okay. Jobs still pay you money, which is important because they don't pay you enough money for childcare. So when you go on vacation, when a family goes on vacation, they are part of your family. They're now part of your childcare network. So when someone's vacationing at your house, they can help take care of your kids while you're working.
cool. I thought you were going somewhere much darker with that. So
Oh,
you
no,
pull,
that's
you
great.
pulled up.
That's still kind of sweet. Yeah, it was going, and then it kind of
know.
like leveled off.
And like
In fact,
kind
I'm
of
gonna-
so to add a little bit to clarify that, like you can contribute in ways that are not just monetary, right? You can help with the kids, you can
Right.
help with sous chefing
Yeah.
or whatever. Like you
Help
get
with chores. Yeah. help
yeah,
out.
like
Yeah.
labor that isn't all just money, but is still very valuable, right? Like
Right.
like a
that's
family
awesome.
portrait. Yeah.
What
Yeah,
a great
we kinda-
vacation.
I
Some
would
chores.
love that. No, but in a novel
it's
place
charming.
with good climate.
Yeah, it's charming. It's very charming.
Indeed.
That's great, Caroline. I love it.
Yeah, I like that too. That's cool. Okay, Ben.
Okay, I'm
What,
gonna throw it. This is gonna sound dark at first, but it's not dark. It's just a
Boy.
little bit weird. People brag about vacations. So here's the thing, right? You're living with total strangers. You're going to people's lives. People are all doing this, right? So I think that I'm going to say that there is, in fact, the opposite culture, which is that you don't talk about other people's lives that you've gone and experienced. And in fact, so much so that when you go to visit somebody or go to stay with somebody, it is very normal for you to not even use your real name. And that's just accepted. It's like you are now a member of this family. They're not going to find out about your life outside. This is the life you're in. You're almost like putting on a persona, and you're like just blending in with the family. But you don't talk about the other families you've been with. They don't talk about, you know what I mean? Like you keep it on the down low. When you go home, you don't say like, oh my God, look at all the things that I experienced. That's for you inside. You don't like tell tales about everyone else's lives. How weird is that? So you literally have like
It's fucky.
you have
It's
like
the
a
reverse of bragging.
it's
and this
a reverse
is
of brag.
like
But it's like you internally cherish it, but you don't tell everybody about it.
yeah, you don't make a big thing of it like that. Okay, clarifying
Yeah.
question. No, never mind.
But the reverse is true, that like the place you stay, they remember you. Like, oh, this person came and they stayed with us. It was great. Because you were there, you're in their family, right? You were part of that. But when you go home, you don't talk about this family you encountered. You don't tell dirt about their life.
And this is like a cultural thing, like
Cultural
where
thing,
it's just
very,
known. Like
yeah.
you don't do
You don't talk about that, right?
Yeah.
It'd be very
Tact.
rude. You'd be like, let me
Very
tell you about
tact.
this family I stayed with. You'd be like, whoa, what? Like that's just
Okay.
rude. Like you don't talk about that.
Yeah, okay.
And it doesn't matter if it's good or bad stuff. You just don't do it.
I like it. I mean, it's makes me think of the same way that you don't air your own families. Like you go stay with your relatives and then something weird happens and you don't come back and you keep it because it's your family, right?
Yeah. And it's weirder obviously because you have your own family.
Right.
So
Right.
it's complicated. It's just
Yeah.
it's when someone's coming to stay with you, they are not a spy in your household who's going to go home and tell everybody. And I think that even maybe makes it possible to be more open with this person. Like they really are your family while they're here. They're not going to go tell anybody else what happened. Like you can confess, you can have real talks with them about stuff because, it stays. What happens in Vegas stays.
Happens on vacation.
What happens on vacation stays on vacation, right? Right.
That leaves Al, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So let's see. I'm just brainstorming aloud. Here's what we have. You stay in other people's homes and you live with them as part of the family. People still travel to different climates to get out of the comfort zone. Vacations still cost money, like you cover some of the costs with the family, but it's subsistence stuff. It's not Airbnb. Jobs still pay you money. And when you're a guest, you help with activities of daily living and maybe childcare and other just stuff you would do if you were in the family. And then this is the cool one that you just did. Nobody really talks about the families they stay with. Your experiences are kind of private. Interesting. Okay, so those are what we have. I had to read those out to get some fresh ideas in my mind there. Just refresh. I think I think what's true is vacations, we have a statement that vacations are recreational, but I think in this world, what's a little different is vacations are spiritual. I think they're because of, Ben, that idea you have of it being a private thing. I think that there's grace in the daily life. There's grace in experiencing somebody else's reality. And there's something to that that sort of, for some reason, my mind is like, oh, wow, that could be really profound. And like
Yeah.
that could be a really special thing. So I think vacations are more than recreational. Like I'm sure they're lovely and I'm sure you get a lot from it, but there's something deeper.
Totally.
It's a human connection, a personal growth.
Yeah. And that's like, and I was thinking about like the driver, like why wouldn't they want to brag about it? And the answer is, why would you? It's for you and like for connecting with humanity and finding that. Like, Ben, I really like your idea. Like,
Okay.
I feel like that was a good
Well, because I think it
place to start.
I love this. We've been so nice tonight, guys.
This is a good world. I like this world. Let's add more. Let's build on it.
Let's-
Round 2.
Are we pinky swearing not to ruin it?
I have a
No
detail.
promises. Caroline.
Pinky swear.
I would say that in this world, you can repeat travel to someone's house. You can go on vacation to the same spot again and again, if they'll have you.
I love that.
Awesome.
Would you say that's common?
It's not uncommon. Yeah.
Actually, I love that image too because because you're not telling anybody else about it, so it's like this like second life in a weird way. That's adorable.
Yeah, it is. That's a good point. Yeah.
I have a detail if we're allowed to go out of order.
We're 100%. It's all out of order. There's no order.
Okay, I want to expand a little on the people travel to different climates to get out of their comfort zone. I think that's true, of course. And also, in addition to that, I think it's part of the joy of this vacation is deliberately doing something that is different from the climate that you came from. For example, maybe you've never gone swimming before and you're going to a beach community of some sort. Maybe that's something you do within bounds of whatever accessibility. Like maybe you've never gone sledding and you're in a snowy location, go sledding with the family and the kids. Like just things like that. I think that's something that people go and they really want to like experience the wonders of the world in various places, like being part of the environment, the climate, not just the families and social situations, but also enjoying like, hey, I don't often go to Hawaii, or I have not seen the great, beautiful rainforest or the urban jungle or whatever. Like I want to experience it.
You just said Hawaii, the beautiful
urban
rainforest, the
jungle.
urban jungle. Like that was a real thing. Like,
But you know what?
It was like actual jungle with like wildlife and
It's
flora.
They're just climbing out, coming out the skyscrapers. But in all seriousness,
the natural ecosystem of the urban jungle.
the natural ecosystems of robots.
I want to actually like add a little bit. I think it's kind of to what you said and to the vacations are more spiritual and personal. So because they're not really exactly recreational, I mean, I think that's an element. Like I think to sort of riff on that, maybe what part of what you would do on vacation is the family will go with you, or you would, they'd help you figure out, oh, go see these sites, or go to this place, or whatever, right? Like we'll take you to the market, we'll take you to the Space Needle, whatever. But I think actually a lot of what people do on vacation too is just like, no, I'm gonna be domestic. I'm gonna like take care of kids and I don't have any kids, or I'm gonna cook and I don't cook at home, or I'm like, you were talking about going sledding with the kids, and I was like, no, actually, like, what if your whole vacation was just you just stay at their house and like do whatever they're doing for 2 weeks, and like that's it, that's all you do. You don't go anywhere, you don't go scuba diving or whatever, you just do life somewhere else.
This would be so healing for my inner child, by the way. Like anybody who comes from a weird ass family situation, how amazing would it be to go and just
therapeutic.
like I know, come in, and probably great for the family as well to have somebody that's real excited to do the things that everybody has to do anyway.
I'm going to say, I think I'm the only one that's gone. I'm going to say that, like the one, I think one kind of embarrassing thing you can do as a guest is that if you, like, you're supposed to be there doing their stuff, learning the experiences. If you were literally showing up and saying like, oh, hey, let me teach you this thing we do in my town, or if you reverse it, if you reverse the polarity and start bringing weird stuff into the house, that's like the faux pas. Like, and I think there's even the nicest people at one moment just get too excited and like start to talk about something and then realize that they've done it, and they're like, oh wait, and I think that probably the family isn't even that bothered by it, but the visitor would be like, oh, I have completely ruined the moment because I'm bringing something. I'm supposed to be here in this experience. I'm supposed to be experiencing this place, not my normal life, but I'm bringing my normal life into it. So that's like the one faux pas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that and stealing people's money. That probably is bad.
Yeah.
World of when you're here, your family.
Oh,
perfect. No notes. That's great.
perfect.
When you hear your family, I love it. Guys, I really
so
like
good.
this world. This world's cool.
They're all really good.
It's really
These are all,
charming.
like, really good world.
Right.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I can see energy is a little bit
I
dizzy.
have to go because it is so hot.
This has been like Chef's Kiss perfect
Very
material,
good.
so I'm very,
These are
very
great
pleased.
I
worlds.
love it. This was really fun. I always like doing these. Like,
Super
they're
good.
so fast and so good.
Is
Like,
there a closing text that we can read? So to close it out?
Let's do a closing text. Let's do a quick closing text. I was going to make a world of like total staycation in a terrible. I was going to make a terrible world just to really like contrast all this happening.
You don't
bring
travel
balance
anywhere.
to the
You
world.
stay home.
Back to the forest, right?
Yeah.
I was like, everyone's been too happy. How can I just really throw this up? Let me paste this in here. Why don't you guys take turns reading this? It's a long text. To end our game.
I'll get the first two and the title. Ending the game. After each player has made a world about your topic, your game is done. Congratulations! In just a few hours, you've created things together that never existed before. You have brought something new into the world.
We really did.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Maybe you still have questions about these worlds, or things you are burning to add, or maybe you are already scheming how to delve into these ideas more in another game, a story, or just in your daydreams.
Ultimately, each of us will walk away with different facets of these worlds stuck in our brain. We won't all be interested in the same things, and that's okay. The thoughts you take away with you are what's important.
And maybe exploring these ideas together will inspire each of us to look at the world around us a little different.
Yay!
Well
That's
done,
world.
everybody.
As
So
good game.
good.
Yes.
So good.
We've created 3 new worlds.
I know, and they're actually like very
And they're
nice.
real. This is
They're
happening.
very nice worlds. Even the first one is actually quite nice.
There's some charm there, yeah. The
There's a
sneaking off to
total-
make
yeah.
out, like that's totally
Yeah.
great. I love it.
That sounds
So cute.
fantastic.